Hello once again, everyone. Weather for Weather Geeks time on this Wednesday evening. How about this look, huh? Jersey over the dress shirt. Stylish. Wearing my tribe gear tonight in hopes of bringing home our second championship in Cleveland this year. Really hoping that the bats come alive tonight. I'm not too worried about the pitching, but the bats have me a little bit concerned. Anyway, let's talk weather for a few minutes anyway. Fun little stat here. Less than 1% of November days, going back to 1930, are as warm or warmer as today, and yesterday for that matter. We hit 75 yesterday, we hit 75 again today, so 0.7% of November days are at this level. It's rarefied air, if you will. 75 locally, 80 in Pittsburgh, 78 was the high in Cleveland this afternoon. Our average high, mid-50s here on the second day of November. Now, when I recorded this at about 7:18, 7:20, here's a look at the regional radar and satellite. So we've got showers, even some thunder out here across parts of Illinois. Heading east, parts of Indiana getting wet as well. Now this rain is going to hold off for the rest of the evening. Not concerned about wet weather up in Cleveland for the game unless it's some sort of ridiculous 14-inning game or something like that. Otherwise, no concern with wet weather. It's going to wait until after the game. Here we are, the rain getting into Cleveland at about 2:30 in the morning. And then Youngstown, a lot of us will start to get wet as we head towards daybreak tomorrow morning. Between 5 and 7 a.m. is when the rain is most likely, and there'll be some showers around for a few hours tomorrow morning. But tomorrow's not a washout. Now, you see a very high percentage chance of rain on the 7-day forecast, but if you open up your Storm Tracker 21 app and look at the hour by hour, you see that the rain chances do go down considerably in the afternoon. Now, it's going to be a cloudy afternoon. It's going to be a chilly one. Temperatures holding steady or even slowly falling. But it's not going to rain much. There might be some drizzle here and there. Same idea for tomorrow evening into the overnight. A shower, maybe some drizzle in spots. Certainly a colder night coming up tomorrow night. Will drop down into the 40s. And then Friday, I am concerned about some low clouds and perhaps drizzle at the start of the day. But the drier air will win the battle as we get into the afternoon, and the sun will come out. It'll be a crisp but nice Friday afternoon, and Saturday looks pretty good as well. Fair amount of sun, some high clouds mixed in with this next front coming down. This front will not produce any precipitation in northeast Ohio and western PA. Backing up to tomorrow, our hourly rain chances here. Again, 70-80% in most spots for the first few hours of daylight, and then pretty low chances for the afternoon, generally 20 to 30%. Rainfall totals on our computer models generally averaging about 1/4 of an inch, perhaps 1/3 of an inch as an average. Some will get more, some will get a little less. Weather looks quiet beyond what I just showed you through Saturday. Sunday looks decent, some sunshine. And Election Day coming up on Tuesday, also pretty tranquil. I have a small chance of a shower in the Election Day forecast for late in the day. That's about it, though. Overall, next week looks pretty quiet. And also next week looks mild. Now, not as warm as this week. We're not going to see 70s next week. But there's going to be a lot of warmth out across the middle of the country. We'll be on kind of the fringes of this, which means we won't be as far above average as places like Montana and the Dakotas. But I do think we've got some days next week where the highs are 3, 4, 5, 6 degrees above average. Average highs next week, about 53. So I think we're going to have some days next week where we're close to 60, upper 50s, and in early November, that is a bargain. So while it's not going to be in the 70s, it's still going to be pretty decent next week. We're still anticipating a pattern change later in November and probably even towards the end of November. I've been talking about this week, that the first half of November looks pretty mild, and then a progressive step down to cooler, even cooler than average. Of course, it's supposed to be cool at the end of November, but even cooler than average is what we expect as we head towards Thanksgiving. And the Thanksgiving to New Year's period has the potential. Right now it's just potential, but potential is there for a cold and stormy period. Certainly different than the last couple of Decembers, which have been very warm, especially last December, which was the warmest on record. My 2016-2017 winter forecast tomorrow. 21 News at 6 and 11. Now that'll be a 3-minute version. I have a lot of information to pack into 3 minutes. So I'm going to do a longer version like I did last year for the weather geeks and the people who need more information out there. That'll be online on my weather blog and on our station webpage. I'll link to it on Facebook and Twitter. Last year, that winter forecast online version was, I think it was 10 minutes or something. So they can get kind of long, but I'll really dive in that longer version. We'll go month by month. Here's what to expect in December, January, February. So there's going to be a ton of detail. This is something you won't get from anyone else in this area on TV or from the National Weather Service or God help you, the farmer's almanac. This is stuff you're not going to see anywhere else. So we had some success with the winter forecast 2 years ago, last year as well, and we're hoping to replicate that this year, although I will say that the winter forecast this year is a more challenging forecast than the last couple of years. This is a year with a higher bust potential, if you will, in the forecast. So a little caveat there. So stay tuned for my winter forecast tomorrow. Go Tribe tonight. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11. Have a great night.